The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the barren landscape. In the distance, a lone Mustang stood by a dried-up stream bed, its once glossy chestnut coat now dull and matted with dirt. The horse's ribs were visible beneath its skin, a testament to weeks of starvation. Its dark eyes scanned the horizon, searching for something, anything, that might offer relief. Asterisk, the Mustang had been left behind, abandoned by the herd that once protected it. Whether due to injury or weakness, it no longer had the strength to keep up. Now, it wandered aimlessly through the unforgiving terrain, fighting for survival in a world that seemed determined to break it. Asterisk, each step was a battle against exhaustion. Hunger gnawed at its stomach, and thirst burned in its throat. Yet, despite everything, the Mustang refused to give in. Somewhere deep inside, a spark of defiance still flickered, a stubborn will to live. But how much longer could it hold on? Asterisk, the days blurred together for the Mustang, each one more grueling than the last. The scorching sun beat down mercilessly during the day, drying up any remaining water sources and turning the ground into cracked earth. At night, the temperature plummeted, leaving the horse shivering in the cold. Its body grew weaker with every passing hour, but it continued to push forward, driven by instinct. Asterisk, predators lurked nearby, drawn by the scent of vulnerability. Coyotes circled cautiously, their glowing eyes watching the Mustang from a distance. The horse tried to stay alert, but its energy was fading fast. It could no longer run or fight as it once did. Instead, it relied on sheer willpower to keep moving, hoping to outlast the threats around it. Asterisk, the Mustang's spirit was unbroken, but its body was failing. Every breath felt heavier than the last, and every movement brought waves of pain. Still, it pressed on, searching for a miracle in a land that offered none. Despite its dire condition, the Mustang showed moments of resilience that hinted at its inner fire. Asterisk, one morning, as the first rays of sunlight broke over the horizon, the horse stumbled upon a patch of dry grass hidden beneath a rocky overhang. Though sparse and brittle, the grass was enough to provide a small amount of nourishment. The Mustang chewed slowly, savoring each bite as if it were a feast. Later that day, it discovered a shallow puddle left behind by a recent rainstorm. The water was murky and warm, but the Mustang drank deeply, feeling a faint sense of relief wash over it. Asterisk, these tiny victories gave it just enough strength to take a few more steps, to endure another day. Though its body was frail, the Mustang's determination remained unshaken. It was a creature born of the wild, and even in its weakest state, it carried the essence of freedom within its soul. Perhaps, just perhaps, that spirit would be enough to carry it through. Asterisk, far away from the Mustang's lonely struggle, a group of rescuers moved steadily through the wilderness. They were part of a wildlife conservation team, tasked with monitoring animal populations in the area. As they trekked across the rugged terrain, they noticed signs of distress. Tracks leading to empty watering holes, patches of trampled vegetation, and bones scattered along the trail. Asterisk, one member of the team, a young woman named Sarah, paused to examine a set of hoof prints. "These tracks are fresh," she said, her voice tinged with concern. "And look, they're uneven. This animal is injured." The team exchanged worried glances. It was rare to find a lone Mustang in such poor condition. Wild horses typically traveled in herds, relying on each other for protection and support. Whoever this horse was, it had been abandoned and left to fend for itself. Asterisk, determined to help. The team followed the tracks, their hearts heavy with anticipation. What they would find remained unknown, but one thing was certain. They could not turn back now. Asterisk, the rescue team followed the Mustang's tracks for hours, their pace quickening as they grew closer to their destination. Finally, they reached a shallow ravine where the horse had taken shelter beneath an overhanging rock. The sight that greeted them was heartbreaking. A skeletal frame covered in dirt, ribs protruding sharply against its skin. The Mustang lifted its head weakly, its dark eyes filled with fear and exhaustion. Asterisk. Sarah stepped forward cautiously, her voice soft but steady. "It is okay," she said. "We are here to help you." The horse flinched at the sound of her voice, its ears flattening against its head. It tried to stand but collapsed under its own weight, too weak to move. Asterisk. The team exchanged somber looks, realizing how dire the situation was. They knew time was running out. Sarah knelt a few feet away, keeping her movements slow and deliberate. "We will not hurt you," she whispered. The Mustang watched her warily, its breath shallow and labored. Asterisk, despite its condition, there was a flicker of life in its eyes, a stubborn refusal to give up. That small spark gave the team hope. If they acted quickly, they might still save this magnificent creature. Asterisk, Sarah reached into her pack and pulled out a bottle of water. She poured some onto her hand and gently offered it to the Mustang. At first, the horse hesitated, its instincts telling it to distrust humans, but hunger and thirst overwhelmed its caution. Slowly, it leaned forward and lapped at the water, its movements tentative but desperate. Asterisk, encouraged by this small sign of trust, Sarah began speaking softly to the horse. "You are strong," she murmured. "We are going to get you through this." Her words carried a quiet conviction, as though she believed in the Mustang's ability to survive more than the horse itself did. Asterisk, the rest of the team sprang into action. One person retrieved a lightweight stretcher, while another prepared medical supplies. Their movements were swift yet gentle, knowing that any sudden motion could spook the already fragile horse. Asterisk, as Sarah stayed close to the Mustang, offering reassurance, the others worked to stabilize the animal's condition. They carefully wrapped a blanket around its trembling body, providing warmth and comfort. Then, with great care, they lifted the horse onto the stretcher. Each step was agonizingly slow, but they managed to secure the Mustang without causing further harm. Asterisk, for the first time in what felt like forever, the Mustang allowed itself to relax slightly. Its body sagged against the makeshift bed, exhaustion overtaking its senses. Sarah placed a gentle hand on its neck. "Hold on," she whispered. "You are safe now." Asterisk, carrying the Mustang back to their base camp was no easy task. The journey required every ounce of strength and patience the team possessed. Along the way, they stopped periodically to rehydrate the horse and check its vital signs. Though progress was slow, they refused to give up. Asterisk, when they finally arrived at the camp, a veterinarian was waiting to assess the Mustang's condition. After examining the horse thoroughly, the vet confirmed that its injuries and malnutrition were severe but not beyond repair. With proper care and treatment, the Mustang stood a chance at recovery. Asterisk, the team worked tirelessly, feeding the horse small amounts of food and administering fluids intravenously. Slowly but surely, the Mustang began to respond. Its breathing steadied, and its eyes regained a hint of their former brightness. Asterisk, over the following days, Sarah spent countless hours by the Mustang's side. She talked to it softly, stroking its neck and offering encouragement. Gradually, the horse started to trust her. It no longer flinched when she approached, instead lifting its head in recognition whenever she entered the stable. Asterisk, you are a fighter, Sarah said one evening as she sat beside the horse. "I know you can make it." The Mustang let out a soft snort, almost as if agreeing. For the first time since finding it, Sarah felt a flicker of hope bloom in her chest. Asterisk, weeks passed, and the Mustang grew stronger with each passing day. Its coat began to regain its shine, and its muscles firm beneath the skin. Those scars remained, a reminder of its harrowing ordeal. The horse's spirit shone brighter than ever. Asterisk, Sarah watched in awe as the Mustang transformed before her eyes. It was no longer the broken, forgotten creature she had found in the ravine. Now, it was a symbol of resilience, a living proof that even in the darkest moments, hope could prevail. Asterisk one afternoon, as the sun bathed the camp in golden light, Sarah led the Mustang outside for the first time. The horse took hesitant steps, its hooves sinking into the soft earth. But then, as if remembering who it truly was, the Mustang raised its head high and looked toward the horizon. Asterisk, Sarah smiled through tears. "Welcome back," she whispered. And in that moment, she knew the Mustang's journey was far from over. Its story was one of survival, yes, but also of triumph, a testament to the power of nature, compassion, and the unbreakable will to live. Asterisk, the team worked carefully, speaking in hushed tones to avoid startling the frightened horse. Sarah approached with a canteen of water, offering it slowly. The Mustang hesitated before lapping at the liquid, its parched throat gulping greedily. It was clear the animal had not had water in days. Asterisk, one of the team members, a veterinarian named Mark, examined the Mustang closely. He noted the protruding bones, matted coat, and a deep gash on its hind leg that had become infected. "This horse is severely malnourished and dehydrated," he said grimly, "and that wound needs immediate attention." Asterisk, the team debated their options. Moving the Mustang would be risky. Its body was too fragile to endure much stress. But leaving it here meant certain death. After a moment of silence, Sarah spoke up. "We cannot abandon it," she said firmly. "If we do not try, it will die." Asterisk, the others nodded in agreement. They decided to stabilize the horse on site before attempting to transport it to a rehabilitation center. Every second counted, and they knew failure was not an option. Asterisk, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the ravine in shadow, the team sprang into action. Sarah stayed near the Mustang, speaking softly to keep it calm while Mark cleaned and dressed the infected wound. Another member of the team, Jake, gathered supplies from their vehicle, a blanket, splints, and a portable stretcher. Asterisk, the Mustang resisted at first, its instincts screaming danger. But Sarah persisted, her gentle tone unwavering. "You are safe now," she murmured. Slowly, the horse began to relax, though its body trembled with fatigue. Asterisk, Mark administered pain relief medication and applied antiseptic to the gash. "This is just the beginning," he said. "It will take weeks, maybe months, for this horse to recover fully. But if we can get it to the sanctuary, it has a fighting chance." Asterisk, the decision was unanimous. They would do whatever it took to save the Mustang. As night fell, the team worked tirelessly, their determination fueled by the faint glimmer of hope in the horse's weary eyes. Asterisk, with the Mustang stabilized temporarily, the team turned their focus to the daunting task of moving it. The horse was far too weak to walk, so they devised a plan to carry it using the portable stretcher. Jake and another team member reinforced the stretcher with additional supports, ensuring it could bear the horse's weight without collapsing. Asterisk, meanwhile, Sarah stayed close to the Mustang, stroking its neck gently. "You are stronger than you think," she whispered. The horse let out a low whinny, almost as if responding to her words. Though it was still frightened, it seemed to sense that these humans meant no harm. Asterisk, by the light of their headlamps, the team prepared for the long journey ahead. They mapped out the safest route back to their vehicle, avoiding steep inclines and rocky terrain that might jostle the injured horse further. The Mustang watched them silently, its dark eyes reflecting both fear and trust. Asterisk, as they lifted the horse onto the stretcher, Sarah felt a surge of determination. This was only the first step, but it was a step towards saving a life. Together, they began the slow, painstaking trek through the wilderness, guided by the hope of a brighter future for the Mustang. Asterisk, the journey back to the vehicle was grueling, both for the rescue team and the Mustang. Every step of the stretcher jolted the horse slightly, causing it to flinch in pain. Sarah walked beside it, her hand resting gently on its neck, offering reassurance with every soft word she spoke. "You are safe," she repeated. "We will take care of you." Asterisk, Asterisk at first. The Mustang resisted even this small touch, its body tense and its ears flicking nervously. But as the hours passed, it began to relax, perhaps sensing the sincerity in Sarah's voice. The horse's breathing slowed, and its dark eyes softened, no longer filled with fear but with something akin to gratitude. Asterisk. Mark monitored the Mustang closely, checking its vital signs frequently. "It is holding on," he said, his tone a mix of relief and concern. "But we need to get it to the sanctuary as soon as possible." Asterisk. When they finally reached the vehicle, the team carefully loaded the stretcher into the back. Sarah climbed in beside the Mustang, refusing to leave its side. As the engine roared to life and the truck began moving, the horse let out a low whinny, its body trembling. Sarah leaned closer, whispering softly until the Mustang calmed down. For the first time in what felt like forever, the horse closed its eyes, surrendering to the care of those around it. Asterisk. The drive to the rehabilitation center was long and bumpy, testing the endurance of both the Mustang and the rescue team. The horse lay quietly on the stretcher, its chest rising and falling with labored breaths. Sarah stayed vigilant, monitoring its condition while continuing to offer soothing words. She placed a blanket over the Mustang's frail body, shielding it from the cold night air. Asterisk. Jake drove carefully, avoiding potholes and sharp turns that might jar the injured animal. The rest of the team sat in silence, their faces etched with worry but also determination. They knew the Mustang's survival depended on their efforts, and none of them were willing to give up now. Asterisk. As dawn broke, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the rehabilitation center came into view. Nestled in a peaceful valley surrounded by rolling hills, the facility was a haven for injured wildlife. The sight filled the team with renewed hope. They unloaded the stretcher with practiced precision, carrying the Mustang inside where veterinarians and caretakers awaited. Asterisk. For the first time since finding the horse, the team allowed themselves a moment of optimism. This was just the beginning of a long road to recovery, but they had taken the first crucial step. Asterisk. The Mustang was carried into a spacious stable lined with fresh straw and warm blankets. The scent of hay and clean wood filled the air, a stark contrast to the harsh wilderness it had endured. Veterinarians and caretakers surrounded the horse, their movements efficient yet gentle as they assessed its condition. Asterisk. Sarah stayed close, her presence a source of comfort for the frightened animal. "You are home now," she whispered, running her fingers lightly along the Mustang's neck. The horse let out a soft whinny, its dark eyes meeting hers briefly before closing again. It was exhausted, but there was a faint sense of peace in its expression. Asterisk. The Mustang's arrival at the sanctuary marked the beginning of an intensive recovery process. Veterinarians worked around the clock to stabilize the horse, addressing both its physical injuries and severe malnutrition. An IV drip was set up to deliver fluids and essential nutrients directly into its bloodstream, while a specialized diet of soft, easily digestible food was prepared to rebuild its strength. Asterisk. Mark led the team, his hands steady as he cleaned and treated the infected gash on the Mustang's hind leg. "This wound is healing slowly," he explained to Sarah, who stood nearby, watching intently. "But with proper care, it should close completely in time." He applied a fresh bandage, ensuring it was secure but not too tight. Asterisk. Meanwhile, another caretaker gently brushed the dirt and debris from the horse's coat, revealing glimpses of its once glossy chestnut fur beneath the grime. The Mustang flinched occasionally but remained calm, seemingly aware that these humans meant no harm. Its breathing grew steadier, and its eyes, though still weary, held a flicker of life. Asterisk. Sarah stayed by the horse's side throughout the procedure, speaking softly and offering gentle strokes along its neck. "You are going to be okay," she murmured. "We will not let you down." By the end of the day, the Mustang had taken its first small steps toward recovery. Though weak, it managed to lift its head slightly when offered water, a sign of progress that filled the team with cautious optimism. Asterisk. Asterisk. Over the next few days, the Mustang began showing signs of improvement. It started drinking water more eagerly and nibbling at the nutrient-rich mash provided by the caretakers. Each bite was a victory, no matter how small. And the team celebrated every milestone. Asterisk. Asterisk. One morning, Sarah noticed something remarkable. The Mustang attempted to stand on its own for the first time since arriving at the sanctuary. Its legs trembled under its weight, and it collapsed after only a few seconds. But the effort alone was enough to bring tears to her eyes. "Look at you," she said, her voice filled with pride. "You are fighting so hard." Asterisk. Asterisk. The veterinarians monitored the horse closely, adjusting its treatment plan as needed. They introduced light massages to stimulate blood flow in its weakened muscles and encouraged short periods of standing to rebuild strength. Though progress was slow, the Mustang's spirit remained unbroken. Asterisk. Asterisk. As the days passed, the horse grew more responsive to human interaction. It no longer flinched when touched and even leaned into Sarah's hand during grooming sessions. These small moments of connection reminded the team why they had dedicated their lives to helping animals in need. Asterisk. Asterisk. Every day, it gets a little stronger, Sarah said one evening, her heart swelling with hope. The Mustang rested peacefully in its stable, its breathing steady and its coat beginning to regain some shine. Though scars remained, a reminder of its harrowing ordeal, the horse's resilience shone brighter than ever. Asterisk. Asterisk. Days turned into weeks, and the Mustang continued to improve. Its coat became shinier, its movement steadier, and its trust in the team deeper. One afternoon, as sunlight streamed through the stable windows, the horse took a tentative step forward, then another. For the first time, it ventured outside, stepping cautiously onto the soft grass of the sanctuary grounds. Asterisk. Asterisk. Sarah followed closely, her heart pounding with emotion. "You did it," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. The Mustang paused, turning its head to look at her, as if acknowledging her words. In that moment, Sarah knew the bond between them was unbreakable. Asterisk. Asterisk. Though challenges remained, the Mustang's journey was proof that even the most broken spirits could heal. Its story was one of survival, resilience, and redemption, a testament to the power of compassion and perseverance. And as the sun set on the sanctuary, casting golden light across the fields, the team looked on with pride, knowing they had given this magnificent creature a second chance at life. Asterisk. Asterisk. Sarah spent countless hours with the Mustang, forming a bond that went beyond rescuer and rescued. She brought it apples and carrots, holding them out patiently until the horse trusted her enough to take them. At first, it hesitated, its instincts warning it to stay cautious. But over time, it began accepting the treats, its dark eyes softening with each gesture of kindness. Asterisk. Asterisk. One afternoon, as Sarah sat beside the Mustang, she noticed it nuzzling her shoulder gently. It was a simple act, but it spoke volumes about the trust they had built. "You are amazing," she whispered, her heart swelling with emotion. "Do you know that?" Asterisk. Asterisk. The other caretakers observed this growing connection with smiles. "It is rare to see a wild Mustang warm up to someone so quickly," one of them remarked. "But then again, this horse is special." Asterisk. Asterisk. The Mustang's transformation was becoming evident not just in its physical recovery, but also in its demeanor. Gone was the fearful, broken creature they had found in the ravine. In its place stood a resilient animal learning to trust again, a testament to the power of compassion and care. Asterisk. Asterisk. As the Mustang regained some strength, the team introduced physical therapy to help it rebuild muscle and regain mobility. Each session began with gentle stretches, where Sarah and another caretaker carefully guided the horse's legs through slow, deliberate movements. The Mustang resisted at first, its body stiff from weeks of inactivity, but it soon grew accustomed to the routine. Asterisk. Asterisk. Next came short walks around the stable, supported by a harness to prevent falls. Sarah walked alongside the horse, her hand resting lightly on its neck for reassurance. "You are doing so well," she said softly, encouraging the Mustang with every step. Though its movements were shaky and unsteady, the horse pressed on, driven by instinct and the growing bond it shared with Sarah. Asterisk. The therapy sessions were challenging, both physically and emotionally. There were moments when the Mustang faltered, its legs buckling under its weight. But each time it struggled, Sarah was there to steady it, whispering words of encouragement. "Do not give up," she urged. "You are stronger than you think." Asterisk. Over time, the walks grew longer, and the Mustang's strides became more confident. Its once frail body began to fill out slightly, its muscles regaining tone and definition. The transformation was gradual but undeniable, a testament to the horse's resilience and the dedication of those caring for it. By the end of each session, the Mustang would stand quietly, its chest rising and falling with deep breaths. It was exhausted but proud, as if it understood that every step brought it closer to recovery. Asterisk. Despite the progress, recovery was not a straight path. One morning, the Mustang refused to eat. Its appetite suddenly diminished. The team grew concerned, fearing an infection or complication they had missed. Mark examined the horse thoroughly, checking its vitals and inspecting the wound on its hind leg. "It might just be fatigue," he said cautiously, "but we need to monitor it closely." Asterisk. Sarah stayed by the Mustang's side, offering small sips of water and speaking in soothing tones. She recalled how resilient the horse had been since their first encounter and refused to let doubt creep in. "We have come too far to give up now," she told the team firmly. Asterisk. The setback lasted only a day. By evening, the Mustang began nibbling at its food again, much to everyone's relief. It was a reminder that healing was unpredictable, but persistence paid off. Sarah smiled as she stroked the horse's neck. "You are teaching us patience," she murmured, "and we are learning." Asterisk. Weeks passed, and the Mustang reached a turning point in its recovery. Its once gaunt frame now carried healthy weight, and its coat gleamed under the sunlight streaming into the stable. The wound on its hind leg had healed significantly, leaving only a faint scar as a reminder of its ordeal. Asterisk. One afternoon, during a therapy session, the Mustang surprised everyone by breaking free of the harness and trotting several steps on its own. The team froze, watching in awe as the horse moved with newfound confidence. Sarah clapped her hands in delight, tears streaming down her face. "Look at you go!" she exclaimed. Asterisk. The Mustang stopped after a few strides, turning its head to look at Sarah. For the first time, its dark eyes sparkled with something resembling joy. The moment was electric, a clear sign that the horse was no longer just surviving, it was thriving. Asterisk. From that day forward, the Mustang's progress accelerated. It began running short distances in the paddock, its powerful legs carrying it faster than anyone had dared to hope. The transformation was nothing short of miraculous. With its strength returning, the Mustang spent more time outdoors in a spacious paddock surrounded by rolling hills and lush grass. The fresh air and open space seemed to invigorate the horse, reigniting its wild spirit. Asterisk. It galloped freely, mane flowing in the wind, as if reclaiming the freedom it had lost. The team watched from a distance, marveling at the change. "It is like seeing a completely different animal," Jake remarked, his voice filled with admiration. The Mustang's resilience had inspired them all, reminding them of the power of second chances. Asterisk. Sarah visited the paddock daily, bringing treats and spending quiet moments with the horse. Though it no longer needed constant care, the bond between them remained strong. The Mustang would often approach her, nudging her gently as if to say thank you. These interactions filled Sarah with gratitude, knowing she had played a part in saving this magnificent creature. Asterisk. As the Mustang regained full health, a question arose: what should happen next? Some members of the team believed the horse belonged back in the wild, where it could roam freely without human interference. Others argued that releasing it might put it at risk, especially if predators or harsh conditions threatened its survival. Asterisk. Sarah struggled with the decision. She had grown deeply attached to the Mustang and feared letting it go. Yet, she knew that keeping it confined went against its nature. This horse was born to run free, she said during a team meeting. But can we truly trust the wild to protect it? Asterisk, after much debate, they decided to prepare the Mustang for release while monitoring its adjustment. They introduced it to larger enclosures, simulating the openness of the wilderness. The horse adapted quickly, its instincts guiding it as it explored new spaces. Though bittersweet, the decision felt right. The Mustang deserved a chance to live as it was meant to, free and untamed. Asterisk in preparation for its return to the wild, the Mustang underwent training to sharpen its survival skills. The team taught it to identify safe water sources and recognize potential threats. They also ensured it could navigate rugged terrain confidently. At the same time, the horse continued to interact with humans, forming bonds that softened its wild instincts slightly. This balance between freedom and connection became a defining aspect of its personality. Asterisk, it is as if it understands both worlds, Mark observed one evening. Wild and free, but also capable of kindness. The training session strengthened the Mustang physically and mentally, preparing it for life beyond the sanctuary. Each day brought it closer to the moment of release. Asterisk, just days before the planned release, a storm swept through the region, flooding parts of the sanctuary. The Mustang, startled by the chaos, injured itself while trying to escape the rising waters. The team rushed to its aid, finding it limping in the paddock. Mark examined the injury, relieved to find it minor. It will heal quickly, he assured everyone. But we need to delay the release until it is fully recovered. The news was disappointing, but necessary. The Mustang's safety came first. Sarah spent extra time with the horse during its recovery, ensuring it felt secure despite the setback. You have faced worse, she whispered. This is just one more hurdle. True to form, the Mustang bounced back within days. Its determination reminded the team why they had fought so hard to save it. When the storm passed and the sun returned, the stage was finally set for the Mustang's journey home. Asterisk on the morning of the release. The team gathered near the edge of the sanctuary, where the paddock opened into a vast expanse of wilderness. The Mustang stood tall and proud, its chestnut coat gleaming in the sunlight. It seemed to sense the significance of the moment, its ears twitching as it scanned the horizon. Sarah approached the horse one last time, placing a gentle hand on its neck. You are ready, she said softly, her voice trembling with emotion. Go and live the life you were meant to live. The gate was opened slowly, and the Mustang hesitated for a moment. Looking back at Sarah, it seemed to linger, as if acknowledging the bond they shared. Then, with a flick of its tail, it stepped forward, breaking into a graceful gallop. The team watched silently as it disappeared into the distance, blending seamlessly with the landscape. Tears streamed down Sarah's face, but she smiled through them. She knew the Mustang was exactly where it belonged. Back at the sanctuary, Sarah reflected on the journey they had shared. Every challenge they had overcome together had left an indelible mark on her heart. The Mustang had taught her the meaning of resilience, trust, and unconditional love. Though it was gone, its spirit remained, inspiring her and the rest of the team to continue their work. Months later, Sarah received a letter from a local ranger who had spotted the Mustang roaming the mountains. Included were photos of the horse, its coat sleek and vibrant, its eyes alive with vitality. Seeing the Mustang thriving in its natural habitat filled Sarah with overwhelming pride. Thank you, she whispered, gazing at the pictures, for showing me what true strength looks like. Though their paths had diverged, the Mustang would always hold a special place in her heart. The experience had changed Sarah forever. It had shown her that even the most broken spirits could heal given the right care and opportunity. And as she packed up her gear for another rescue mission, she carried the lessons of the Mustang with her. that every life mattered, and that compassion could create miracles. Asterisk, the Mustang's departure left a void at the sanctuary, but it also brought a profound sense of fulfillment. The team reflected on the journey they had shared with the horse, from the brink of death to the pinnacle of freedom. Each member felt changed by the experience, their hearts forever marked by the Mustang's resilience. Asterisk, Sarah found solace in revisiting the paddock, imagining the horse running wild and free. She often thought about the bond they had formed and wondered if the Mustang ever remembered her. "I hope it knows how much it meant to us," she said one evening, gazing at the sunset. Her voice carried a mixture of nostalgia and gratitude. Asterisk, the Mustang's story became a symbol of hope and perseverance, inspiring others who heard it. Visitors to the sanctuary asked about the horse, eager to learn how such a broken creature had transformed into a beacon of strength. Its legacy lived on, reminding everyone of the impact compassion could have. Asterisk, the Mustang's journey taught the team invaluable lessons about resilience, trust, and the interconnectedness of all living beings. Sarah realized that helping the horse had not only saved its life, but also enriched her own. "We gave it a second chance," she said, her heart swelling with emotion. "But it gave us so much more, a reminder of what it means to truly live." Asterisk, Mark echoed her sentiment, noting how the Mustang's recovery reinforced the importance of teamwork and dedication. "When we work together, there is no challenge we cannot overcome," he said firmly. The experience strengthened their resolve to continue helping animals in need. For Jake, the Mustang represented the beauty of untamed freedom. "It reminded me why we do this work," he admitted, his voice filled with awe. "To give creatures like this a fighting chance." Asterisk, the Mustang story became a cornerstone of the sanctuary's mission, inspiring future rescues and fostering a deeper appreciation for wildlife. It was a reminder that every animal deserved a chance to thrive, regardless of its past struggles. Asterisk, months later, Sarah received a letter from a hiker who claimed to have spotted the Mustang roaming freely in the mountains. Attached were photographs of the horse, standing atop a ridge, silhouetted against the sky. Its coat shone brightly, and its posture exuded confidence and vitality. Asterisk, Sarah smiled as she held the pictures, feeling a wave of pride wash over her. The Mustang had thrived, proving that love and care could transform even the darkest circumstances into something beautiful. "Thank you for showing us what is possible," she whispered, tracing the outline of the horse in the photo. Her fingers lingered over the image, as though trying to capture the essence of the horse's spirit. Asterisk, the Mustang story ended not with sadness but with hope. It served as a testament to the power of compassion and the enduring spirit of life. As Sarah tucked the letter away, she turned her attention to the next animal in need, ready to begin anew. Asterisk, though the Mustang was gone, its presence remained, woven into the fabric of the sanctuary and the lives of those who had cared for it. It was no longer just a horse. It was a symbol of triumph, a living proof that even the most fragile lives could find strength when given the chance. Asterisk, for Sarah and the team, the Mustang's journey was more than just a rescue mission. It was a lesson in courage, patience, and the unbreakable bonds between humans and nature. And as they moved forward, each new rescue carried echoes of the Mustang's legacy, a promise to fight for every life, no matter how small or seemingly lost. Asterisk,